Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. In the name of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon His final messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, his companions, and all those who follow him until the day of judgment. Bi'idhnillah ta'ala, in continuation of yesterday's talk, I would like to continue with my talk from yesterday. I was talking about my companion, the Quran, my new companion, the Quran. Now today, inshaAllah, I would like to discuss my journey through the Quran. So inshallah ta'ala, it will be short and sweet. So because we have Salat al-Asr and then also I have Arabic class. So inshallah, just a few points. So in my journey through the Quran, number one is when I first opened the Quran, I started seeing the word Allah, and I wasn't used to it. So I began to change the word to God, just in order to relate to it, right? Just in order to have an internal benefit, right? Until I got used to the word Allah. Then as I read the Quran in three different forms. The first was reading it in English, trying to complete it. Number two was to randomly select from any part of the Quran saying Bismillah, right? Saying in the name of Allah. And after saying the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would put my trust in Allah and search and continue reading until I would find whatever I was looking for, right? And putting my trust in Allah. Number three, I would read that Quran by section. So I would read a section and then the English and the commentary. So I maintain the consistency of reading the Quran on a daily basis. And in 9 months, I read the complete Quran with the explanation from the Abdullah Yusuf Ali section. Now, when I began to read the Quran, I just want to highlight the benefit of befriending the Quran and accepting its instructions, right? As God-given instructions. So I'm gonna just highlight 3 points, and we'll conclude. This one we make it short and sweet, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, and we will give you the final message. The 3 points is: one, when I read the ayah in Surah Al-Isra, said. The Surah Al-Isra says, Inna Qur'an al-Fajr kana mashhuda, the Quran and Fajr is witness. That's number one. So I began to wake up in the middle of the night trying to pray just between me and God, right? That's number one. And so it became daily as well. For those 9 months I was praying at night. Nobody knew I wasn't Muslim. It was just me and the Quran. And then after I finished reading the Quran for like an hour, I would bow down and pray to God. Not knowing how to pray, I would just make sujood, prostration. Number two is that I read the ayah, Kutiba alaykum al-siyam, fasting is prescribed for you. So I began to fast. Not knowing the way to fast, I just used to starve myself, basically. I used to fast from before dawn all the way to like Maghrib, right? All the way to like Isha. Because I said to myself, I'm not a hypocrite. I said, I'm not a hypocrite. I know that I have in my refrigerator, I have food. So therefore, I'm not going to break my fast until I feel that I can't tolerate it anymore. I said, I want to feel the same suffering that the poor people feel, right? Those that didn't know when they were going to receive food. So I wanted to discipline myself. So that's number two, fasting, right? And number three is the verse that states, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. O you who believe, be mindful of Allah and only say that which is right. So I began to watch my language. So this reading of the Quran and putting it into practice had a tremendous effect on me. So now in conclusion, the effect that, and this is just 3 points and 3 practices, but of course there's many more, but these 3 instructions that I got from the Quran, and I realized that the Quran was my source of rehabilitation from any vices, from the vices of, Allah says, be mindful of Allah and only say that which is right. So I began to stop cursing. I began to control myself, right? And then in fasting, through fasting helped me rehabilitate from smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Fasting helped me rehabilitate from drinking alcohol on a daily basis. So this is something that it shows the power of the Quran, but this power of the Quran, you will reap its benefit if you believe in Allah and if you trust the instructions of the Creator of the heavens and the earth. So and also the last point is that the night prayer, the reading of the Quran in secret and the praying in secret had a tremendous effect, because I realized that I wasn't doing it to please anybody but God, the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Therefore, it developed in me it increased my faith, my belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is in brief my journey through the Quran, which took 9 months. Until then, I realized that I need to go to the masjid, right? I need to go to the masjid. So inshallah tomorrow the topic will be my first visit to a masjid, my first visit to a mosque. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.